Sparrow Pro.
Dude, it's completely black.
Yeah, and something smoking.
Did you just plug a 6S into it? It's the LEDs. It's the LEDs. They're probably fine though.
They're probably, yeah. Well, if they didn't shut off.
All right, what is going on, guys? So today we've got something pretty exciting. Emax sent this over to me. This is their new Hawk Pro. This is their new bind and fly or PNP 5-inch race quad, right? Bottom mount lipo, and it's quite an improvement over the original Hawk. So I never had one of the original Hawks, but you know, they had the V1 Magnum stack, which was 30 by 30. I think they had a Foxeer camera, LS 2206 motors. So this one is running the V3 Mini Magnum. And you can see it's got the built-in caps that are upside down. So actually the whole ESC is upside down. And this is very similar to the V2 Mini Magnum, which I've been flying. But the main difference is the flight controller is using a new target. It's using the Maytag F405 target. So it's got open U-hearts now. So like for you guys that like to race with Crossfire, you can use Crossfire. It has camera control out of the box, and we're using the Cadix Ratel. So anyway, yeah, it's using the Emax branded Cadix Ratel, and I think this is custom for Emax because the normal Ratel uses a bigger lens, and this is using a micro lens. And full disclosure, I haven't really flown this yet. I've only done like some test hovering out front of my house. Just to make sure it's like set up, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out to the field today and do like a side-by-side comparison. So my current quad is it's a Hawk 5, but these were actually prototype frame kits that Emax sent to me in like 2017, and I kind of just had them sitting in my garage, you know, because at the time I was like, you know, tied to another manufacturer for frames, but you know, mid-season I decided to switch it up a little bit, and I remembered I had these, so I took them out and assembled them, and I've been pretty happy with the original Hawk 5 frame. It's like super durable. And I just kind of have a V2 Mini Magnum stack stuck down on the bottom plate. So yeah, I've been pretty happy with this. So I'm going to be comparing the new Pro to, you know, my current builds. So off the bat, I'll just give you like kind of my first impressions. I like the canopy. I mean, obviously it looks super cool. It's a injection molded. So it should be pretty tough. Like, I don't know how well that's going to hold up to hitting like a metal gate. But for like other kind of racing, general racing, it should be pretty strong. So it's got the new Pulsar motors. And you know, the base of the motors, I'm sure you guys have seen the videos, but the base of the motors have like LEDs. And when you throttle up, the LEDs get brighter. And you can switch out these LED covers for different colors. So there's like blue and clear that come in the box. I'm just going to leave them red. And then if you didn't know, the Mini Magnum has two built-in LEDs, RGB LEDs on the flight controller. So when this lights up, you can see those LEDs through the canopy, which is pretty neat. From what I understand, these Pulsar motors are 2306. These are supposed to be like RS2 spec with a 9mm bearing, so they're kind of like the freestyle motor, but you know, I have no idea like what kind of power they're making or how fast they are. We're gonna find that out today. If I had to list a con so far, like as far as a first impression, a con would be this SMA mount. I mean, it's like an obvious placement for it. If you're using, like, so I use like a stubby pagoda normally, and I could see, like, if I'm smacking the gate with that stubby pagoda, it's gonna crack the antenna or crack the canopy. But you know, I understand that that was like, with this canopy, that was probably the best place to put it. So we'll just have to see how it works out. And then, you know, like, if I use this custom mounting point and get like a fin in there, that'll kind of like protect the antenna as well. So maybe I'm just, you know, nitpicking at this point. I should probably get a fin for this before I race it. We've got to race this Sunday, our last race of the season. But so yeah, that's the only real con that I see is the SMA mount. But again, that might just be nitpicking. It's super stiff, so you know it's gonna fly clean just because it's rigid, and the stack is mounted in the frame with grommets, so you know it flies totally clean. I've been hovering it with bent props just to kind of see how the gyro handles that, and it's been fine. So the setup is, the plan is, I'm gonna go out to the field today, set up a small racetrack. I could do it in my backyard, but my backyard's not big enough to really test out the power of the motors. So I'm gonna have to go out to a park, set up a track with a decent sized straightaway, and we're gonna see how she does. All right, guys, I apologize, it's a little bit windy, so I'm at the park. Got a simple course set up. I've got a um, 180 hairpin cutback, split S, and that's a right-handed like ladder thing, and then I'm going to come around that last tree and mob all the way around the gates down to that tree over there. So we're going to be getting some pretty high speeds. Something else I wanted to touch on, kind of the elephant in the room, if you would. You know, some of you guys, I feel like some of you guys might ask me why I'm testing an analog quad if I'm so stoked on HD, and it's true. I'm super excited about flying HD, but the truth is, you know, we're going to go through a transitional period where we're going from analog to HD, and I don't know how long that's going to take. I think by next season, HD racing is going to be like more. People are going to be doing it more like once more HD specific race frames come out. Maybe DJI will release a smaller air unit, but for now, you know, if I want to race, if you want to race, it's pretty much analog. So that's why I still have my analog quads. That's why I still have my Commander goggles, because I know I'm still going to be racing on analog for at least a little while, at least for the next year, maybe. So yeah, I'm not in any hurry to get rid of my analog gear. So I'm going to test this thing out and we'll see how it does. But first, I'm going to start with, you know, my Hawk 5s, you know, that I built. So I'm going to warm up with mine, and then I'm going to start flying them back to back, and we'll see how they compare. All right. So I've got about 4 packs through my Hawk 5. Whew. So I'm gonna DVR this 5th pack, and I apologize if the flying looks sloppy, but the wind is being pretty inconsistent. I'll get breaks where it's calm, and then it picks up, and I gotta, like, you know, shoot past all the gates. So yeah, I'm gonna do this last pack on my Hawk 5, and then I'm gonna switch to the Hawk Pro.
Engines armed.
Again, the camera is a Sparrow 2 Pro with a 1.8 lens. can see with the gates being sideways how windy it is. And this is my super straightaway. Don't pay attention to the amps or the mah. I'm pretty sure it's wrong. I just put new firmware on these quads. Oh, Jesus. Pretty sure I haven't made a straightaway that long, and I don't know how long, but again, I'm just trying to showcase the differences between these two quads.
Engines disarmed.
77 amps. Yeah, that's probably not accurate. Well, I don't know. 500 mah, 3.9 volts. I don't know. It might be pretty close. All right, let's switch to the Hawk Pro. I'm pretty excited. So this will be my first time like flying this quad like balls out. So for this first battery, I'm just gonna kind of take it easy, feel it out. Should feel pretty similar because they're both running the same firmware, same tune, same rates, but you know the camera. The Cadix Ratel is like a slightly smaller field of view than my cameras, so
Engines on.
yeah, I'm just gonna give myself a pack to kind of get used to it. Oh, wow. Okay, this camera is nice. Wow. I know this is not a camera review, but kind of, what the hell? This camera. It's feeling pretty good. Yeah, this camera is better than my cameras. It sucks because with camera reviews, you like, you know, you watch YouTube videos, but you can't tell the difference watching YouTube videos like you can from behind the goggles. This is crazy. I can do another lap.
Engines disarmed.
80 amps, 3.85 volts. That might be close. Okay, first impressions. The first pack on a racetrack, because it's a race quad. Really like the camera. Good job, Emax, on picking that camera. That's got, I want to say that's got the nicest image I've ever seen from an FPV camera. You know, I've tried Eagle 2 Pros, micro eagles, robins, sparrows, but this has like the sharpness. It has the sharpness and the dynamic range of the eagles without the noise. You know how in the eagle cameras you get like that that like anti-aliasing noise around the edges? This doesn't have that. This is kind of smooth, like a predator or a sparrow, but it's got like the image quality of an eagle. Jesus. I imagine this camera looks really good in like, you know, some HDOs or the Sky O3s with OLED goggles, but yeah, that's a nice camera. I feel like, I almost feel like I'm getting video latency, but I know this camera's supposed to be really fast, like a Sparrow, so I'm not sure what that is, but we'll keep flying it and see how it feels. Okay, so I've got about, I think I've flown about 3, 4, this will be my 5th battery, it'll be my last battery. It's a little chilly, and yeah, the wind isn't working out very well, but so far, yeah, I really like the camera, and I don't think there's latency, but I noticed it's weird. The camera, like, it almost seems like it kind of like skips or drops frames, almost like digital. It's weird. I don't know what I'm seeing. Maybe you guys can tell me if you're using one of these cameras. But every now and then the image will kind of like jump. It's really weird. You know, I can fly through it, but it reminds me a lot of digital. Motors are super punchy. They're way faster than you know, what I'm running. Not way faster. And I've always liked that about 2306 is they just spool up so quickly. Top speed it's faster than my quad. And I have crashed it a couple of times because of this stupid wind without issue. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. But yeah, I'm gonna take you guys along for the last pack. Hopefully it goes okay. This wind is just getting on my nerves.
Engines armed.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the picture like kind of skips around. Maybe they want you to have that digital experience. Oh, come on.
Engines disarmed. Engines armed.
Oop, got lost. Whew.
Engines disarmed.
So yeah, that was the Hawk Pro. A little weirdness with the camera. It almost feels like, again, like it's like dropping frames, but I love the image from the camera. It's good. It's really good. Motors have plenty of pop. You know the frame's gonna be durable. I like that it's like, you know, a really small footprint. And with this mini Magnum stack, you know, I've been flying this since the prototypes. Well, this is the V3, but you know, the ESC, I'm pretty sure the ESC is unchanged. So I'm pretty sure that the ESC is unchanged, but I've been flying the stack since July of 2018. And I've never lost one. I haven't killed a VTX. I mean, these stacks are awesome. And before, the main issue that people had was that you couldn't use Crossfire, and now you can. So Emax basically built a race quad, you know, that I would have no issues taking out of the box and racing. Obviously I would have to put my rates on it, but I mean, there's not really anything I would change. I would probably add a fin for turtle mode. And it's kind of like, you know, the same story with the Buzz. I couldn't build a better race quad than this. It's fast, it's durable, it's got pretty much everything you could want. It is a little on the heavy side. I think it's coming in at about 290 grams. It's gonna be cool at night with the LEDs, especially for like chase footage and race footage. You know, I couldn't say that about the Hawk, the original Hawk, just because there were some things I didn't like about it, like the camera. This is like a 6S race quad that I would just take out of the box and race. I mean, easily. Like I mean, because if I built a quad, I would probably use 2306 motors. I would definitely use the mini Magnum stack because it's awesome. And I really like this camera. I mean, you know, I guess good job to Cadix too, because like that camera is like blowing me away. And if you look here, there's some really good camera protection there, so that's nice. I'll probably race with it this Sunday if we have a race. And now I'm gonna leave you with some low light footage so you can check out the LEDs.
Between the Buzz and this, Emax has got the in my opinion, the ready to fly, or the bind and fly down.
Okay, so it's super dark. It's probably like in the 40s. I'm gonna crash because I'm so cold.
I'd never let you live that down.
Probably wouldn't be the first time.
Ready?
Yeah. Alright guys, that was the vlog / review on the Hawk Pro. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.